Well, everybody, the entourage is tired and doing their own thing, so here I am cutting a Raw review. Honestly, this is going to be pretty short. I mean, it wasn't a horrible edition of Raw, it was just there. You had Rollins bringing up Reigns' suspension. I'm shocked they brought it up the way they did. I mean, they brought it up, it's like, pretty much mocking how he, the tweet he sent out about owning up to it and everything and all that and whatever. It was a little shocking that they railed against him that much, which, I mean, to be fair, what Reigns did, regardless of how he got suspended, whatever he did, was really stupid. But, hey, why not? Okay, Reigns basically screwed up and deserves some kind of public backlash. But let's hope that maybe it's not too bad. I mean, he violated the wellness policy. He didn't out and out kill anybody. He didn't beat his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. He didn't, he didn't hit another woman. He didn't do anything like that. So, yes, he violated the wellness policy. It was stupid. Let's, though, not get too upset at the guy. Now, I still think he should be taken out of the triple threat at Battleground. I think that would be dumb for him to be part of it because it sends a wrong message to talent, but whatever. But anyway, it was harsh but fair because Reigns still did screw up, but let's not treat Reigns like he's, the worst person in the world. Anyway, then we go to Sasha and Paige teaming up against Charlotte and Dana. I don't like... Charlotte and Dana have more red than, a damn used tampon commercial. It's absolutely insane. Charlotte and Dana are not my favorite team. Charlotte at least has some ability. Dana is better in the ring than she is on the mic. That much can be said. That's not saying much, though. Sasha and Paige, interesting team, playing off history that they had. A little bit of history they had in NXT, not much. Nice to see Sasha... get some more ring time, and it's always good to see Paige get some more ring time. Hopefully they use her better. Charlotte needs to defend the title at Battleground. If she loses, fine, or she wins, fine, whatever. They need to have Sasha beat her at SummerSlam. Have that happen. I still say have a three-way: Paige, Sasha, and Charlotte at Battleground. Have Paige take the pin from Charlotte, and then Sasha and Charlotte, face off. Sasha's like, hey, you never beat me, so there we go. But it was an okay tag match. It was okay for what it was. At least women got some time. And then Lana with her hair down, she got laid before the show, and probably after the show, too. Titus and Rusev, look, it was a count-out. It had some physical, style to it. I didn't care. I don't care about this feud. I don't. Rusev beat Titus clean at Money in the Bank, and then mocked his family. Okay, whatever. I guess you could try to continue the feud, but it's not like Rusev cheated to win. Unless I've just completely forgot the match, he beat him clean. 100% clean, straight in the middle of the ring. Whatever. JBL at one point mentions Lex Luger. JBL, you're an even bigger idiot for mentioning Lex Luger, who does not deserve to be mentioned on WWE television. I don't care if the guy was a total package, had some good matches with Flair, Sting, Steamboat, Brian Pillman, and a couple good matches with Ron Simmons. The guy basically is an embarrassment to wrestling because he never cared about it. He never loved it. He never thought he was one of the boys. He basically treated himself as better than the boys, and he was embarrassed to be in wrestling. And that's kind of where some people have compared Reigns to Luger. Granted, I'm not saying that Reigns loves the business a ton either, but I think he loves it more than Luger did, to be fair. But Lex Luger getting mentioned, I can't stand Luger. There are very few wrestlers, talents that I can't stand. Luger, Mark Madden, Josh Matthews, a few others. But Luger being mentioned on Raw, it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, they'll probably induct Luger into the Hall of Fame next year, and I'll have to try and be nice, because I try to be nice at the Hall of Fame, but I don't really care. Luger being mentioned on Raw was ridiculous. Then a movie plug with Miz and Kane. Okay, WWE, stop doing these movies. Unless they actually turn a profit, stop doing them. They look ridiculous, they're cheap, their sci-fi original movies look better than these. It's like Countdown that they did with Kane and Dolph Ziggler. You had more WWE footage featured in that than, in match footage than you've had on some editions of Raw. That's pretty ridiculous. So anyway, movie plugs, whatever. Cena versus Rollins. It was good for what it was, but Cena seemed hurt. Cena seemed legit hurt. Seemed beat up. Seemed sluggish. Now, I don't know if that's still him trying to work off ring rust since coming back in Money in the Bank. I'm not sure. But he seemed like he was legit hurt. Like, I don't know if he had a concussion. I don't know if he is still dealing with neck injuries, a shoulder injury, something. But he seemed legit hurt. He didn't seem like he was really selling. I mean, yeah, he popped up to do some moves, but then he was right back down. And I'm not talking selling. He just seemed like he was really hurt, and I hope that's not the case. As much as I may not personally care for Cena, I don't want anybody to be injured to the point that they can't, make a living. Not that Cena hasn't made a ton of money for the business and for himself and couldn't retire tomorrow and be just fine. But I certainly don't want Cena to, be medically forced to retire. Hopefully he can retire on his own terms. But he did look really hurt. I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm just reading too much into it. The club, of course, distracts Cena, and Cena gets beat by Rollins, so Cena is not in the WWE title match at Battleground. And Enzo and Cass beat up some jobbers. JBL, shut up. JBL, just shut up. Shut your damn mouth. Eat your hat. Let your hat announce for you. Let the bottle of whiskey that you keep underneath the announce table announce for you. Or wait, that's basically what you've been doing. I swear to God, man, you drink every single night and every single day until you get on the mic. I mean, I can only imagine you must be a bore to listen to, and you probably even look more like a walking liver without all the makeup that they pack on you. Just stop announcing. Just stop. You're an idiot. You do great charity work for kids in Bermuda and other underprivileged countries. You're a goddamn idiot when it comes to announcing. Fucking suck. And even Cole isn't much better, but Cole just basically says stupid shit and, calls moves wrong and whatever. Cole isn't a drunk. I mean, Cole's just a moron, in my opinion. Anyway, Social Outcast coming out and talking to Enzo and Cass. You see Bo's camel toe, because that's something that we really need to see. It's almost as bad as Rusev's Moscow Moose Knuckle back about 2 years ago. That was really bad, though, where I'm just like, okay. And then the Social Outcasts were talking about who was the hardest of them. That was a little uncomfortable. I mean, okay, it was about as bad as Enzo and Xavier talking about Francesca, the trombone, and Xavier saying only I get to blow my girl, because that was really not PG. So yeah, that was a little uncomfortable. Bo's camel toe scarred me for life. Special Olympics, it's good that WWE does a partnership with them. They brought out Special Olympic athletes, and I don't know their name. I didn't catch their names. It's not that it's not important. It's I didn't catch their names. It's good that WWE does this. It's nice that they got some publicity, and hopefully the Special Olympics continue to be supported. And it's great that people of special needs need to know that they can do a ton of things and don't have to be held back by their disabilities. Becky and Natty brawling, that was fun. It should make for a good match at Battleground, hopefully. Poor Summer, she even gets part of a TV entrance, well, sort of, and then doesn't get to wrestle. I mean, Summer can wrestle, but she doesn't even get a chance. Oh well. Highlight reel, Zayn and Owens. It sounded like Sammy was just about to say to Owens, just tell me you love me, and the crowd's like, wait, what? I mean, that was uncomfortable. They both sound like they were auditioning for The Notebook 2 with the way they were talking about each other. Now, they do have a great friendship, in all honesty. They really do. They're better rivals than they are friends, on TV. But I think this could be an unlikely tag team that could be happening sometime by SummerSlam if they don't get separated in the draft, which they probably will. But if they don't get separated in the draft, it could be kind of interesting to see them maybe be unlikely tag team champions. I mean, why not? That could be pretty fun. It would give them both something to do if they're not going to, push them as anything other than a mid-card act. And Jericho, look, I don't care about the gift to Jericho. Nobody, I mean, take this gift, return to sender, get it. I hope you kept the receipt, because I'm going to take it back to whatever store and exchange it for something else. Something, that doesn't have a you kids get off my lawn mentality about it. Miz and Kane, look, I mean, I wanted Balor to debut. I knew he wasn't going to, even though he teased debuting by, filming or by taking a picture of, the text setting up the screen and everything for Raw. It could have been Orton. I would have been happy with Orton. Orton returning. I don't know when Orton's going to return. Possibly Battleground. I don't know. I mean, he's been out for just about 9 months now. Well, about 8 months. Going on 9 months. But anyway, Miz and Kane, it was boring. I didn't care. Maurice did the worst acting ever, pretending like she got hurt. I mean, it's like it was a worse bump than I've seen most women wrestlers take. It's like it's still not as bad as what I've seen bumps even Marie take, because she can't really bump at all. But yeah, that was pretty bad. Kane won by countout. I didn't care. Get the title off of Miz. He's had it for a month. He's had it for a few months while, and then went filming Marine 5, and that's the best he can do? That's the best you can do? I mean, you could have had Orton return beat Miz for the title, and then that would have been fine. Just get the title off of him in Battleground. Don't have him hold till SummerSlam. Even if he's done filming the movie, he doesn't deserve a long title reign. His title reign has just been basically irrelevant. Cruz and Cesaro teaming up against Del Rio and Sheamus. Why they teamed Del Rio and Sheamus together when they had a falling out with the League of Nations, I have no idea. By the way, during the show, I actually remembered that the League of Nations was a thing. That's how irrelevant the group was. Cruz and Cesaro make for a good team. I hope that they give Cesaro a new, or not Cesaro, but Miz a new, or Cruz rather, a new finisher. As it just takes, somebody tweeted this out, and I forget who, and I apologize if you watch this. I apologize for not remembering your Twitter handle. But somebody said that it takes too long to set up, and it does. Cruz needs a better finisher. It's a good finisher. It shows off his strength, but it needs less setup. It needs a finisher with less setup. Him and Cesaro, though, were a good team. Of course, they won. Whatever. It was nice to see Cesaro bring some life to the crowd. I know that people may rail against the fact that Tampa was a muted crowd, and I tweeted about that with some of my friends, and talked in DM with at WWE Fan 1991. I talked with Ashley. During that, I did, remember, I was like, well, it could have been the Orlando shooting. It could have been the Orlando shooting. It could have been the Disney World thing with the Gator. It could have just, there could have been something else that happened that we're just not aware of. So anyway, it's terrible if the crowd felt the need to be muted like that, but hopefully that wasn't the case. Maybe the crowd was just bored. Maybe the mics just didn't pick up the crowd. Maybe the crowd really was hot. I don't know. But anyway. New Wyatt Day. This feud. I don't care about this feud. I don't. I mean, this is going to have to lead to the New Day splitting up. Xavier joining the Wyatts. Or just splitting off on his own. Something. And have it end at Battleground. The Wyatts can lose. The Wyatts can win the titles there. You just have that happen. Please. Because New Day does not need to have the titles anymore. And if you have them hold till SummerSlam, you gotta have the Wyatts win then. You gotta have them win soon. Because there's just no reason for the New Day to hold the titles any longer. And to be tag team champions or to be together very long. Because they've been together nearly as long as the Shield. Actually a little bit longer. They split the Shield up after about a year and a half. They can split up the New Day and they can go on just fine. The New Day is still a pretty hot act. Starting to go a little bit stale, though, and they might want to get done with that. And then Ambrose versus Styles, it was decent. You had Rollins on commentary. It was a good match for what it was, but we knew because AJ and the Club interfered earlier in the Cena-Rollins match. This Cena was naturally going to interfere. Club comes down, Cena runs down. Of course, Styles ends up getting beat. Ambrose wins. That's fine. I didn't expect, Styles to win anyway. And you had Styles and the Club lay out Cena on the ramp. And it looked like Cena was doing this, like with his hand. Like he had some nerve damage. And I hope, again, just reading too much into it, but it really seemed like Cena was legit hurt. And then, it built up to Ambrose and Rollins, and you can't have Reigns on TV because of suspension. So anyway, hopefully that's going to be, hopefully Battleground's going to be a good show. But anyway, this is going to be a short review. Really, I would say 5 out of 10, honestly. 4.5 to 5 out of 10. It wasn't a horrible edition of Raw, but it wasn't great. It was just kind of there. It clicked along fine, but it wasn't great. And I probably will not be reviewing the July 4th edition, as traditionally holiday editions, at least recently, have not been that good. But I will be watching it at some point. I will probably not be watching here. I'll probably be watching at my house, because holidays, we need to spend all the time with our families. Anyway, follow me on Twitter if you'd like, @RebornAgain, REBOURNE again, and I will see you.